Player choice continues, and it's thanks to you, the viewing audience, we're on the verge of moving into round 2 of our first season as we strive to crown our first ever entry to the AI in Games Hall of Fame. Alongside this video, we're launching the voting for round 2 as we seek to eliminate our round of 16 games to the quarterfinals. But before we do that, let's catch up on what's happened thus far, where we're going, and how the stage has been set for some big showdowns in the coming weeks. I'm Tommy Thompson, and welcome to Player Choice as we continue our very first season, the best AI in a first-person shooter. To quickly recap, we started this season with 32 entries, eliminating many a popular game along the way. This resulted in our 2 conferences, the UNSC and the UAC, in which entries of the same franchise would be lumped together, with the rest of the shortlist entered at random. This led to our first round of eliminations in the UAC conference, as discussed in our previous video. After 11,000 votes from the community, high-profile darlings such as Fear, the 2 Half-Life games and the modern Doom games made it through to the next round. BioShock and BioShock Infinite also made it through to round 2, while cult classic SWAT snuck in as well. Meanwhile, the likes of the original Doom, BioShock 2 and GoldenEye 007 all got the chop. And this brings us to the focus of this episode, the second round of 16 in the UNSC conference. As the name implies, the UNSC conference is dominated by the Halo franchise, and more specifically Bungie's era as custodians of the story of the Master Chief. Halo 3 ODST is the only title from the studio that didn't make it into the running, while no titles by 343 Industries were put into contention. But it also had a smattering of contemporary games and cult classics, with Titanfall 2, Far Cry 3, Unreal Tournament, Quake 3 Arena, and even Star Wars Republic Commando filling out the roster. Left 4 Dead 2 made a clear victory over Halo Reach, scoring more than double the votes for Bungie's last outing with the Spartan Warriors. Meanwhile, Arcane's Prey comfortably eliminated Halo 3, arguably the king of large-scale battles in the franchise. After these 2 entries were knocked out, the original Halo, Combat Evolved, saw off what is arguably one of the most beloved first-person shooters of the past 10 years, with Titanfall 2 crashing down to earth. Far Cry 3 and its emergent and anarchic sandbox gameplay saw off cult classic Star Wars Republic Commando, while Quake 3 Arena fought off Warhammer End Times Vermintide. Halo 2 comfortably defeated System Shock 2, with more than double the votes awarded to Shodan's sci-fi sim. Surprisingly, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas saw off the original Unreal Tournament, and last but not least, Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl smashed down Timesplitters 2 with a roughly 2-to-1 margin. So with this, we're now entering round 2, 16 games up for contention, 8 more going to get the chop. Your votes are what make it happen. Do you approach this more methodically or just smash the voting buttons on pure instinct? Let's see what the brackets look like and what way you're all going to vote. As already highlighted, the UNSC is now as follows: Left 4 Dead 2 vs Prey, Halo Combat Evolved vs Far Cry 3, Quake 3 Arena vs Halo 2, and Rainbow Six Vegas vs Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl. Meanwhile, back in the UAC conference, we have Fear vs BioShock, Half-Life vs Doom Eternal, BioShock Infinite vs Half-Life 2, and SWAT 4 vs Doom 2016. I suspect we're going to lose a few darlings here. I can see where this is headed. But hey, the choice is yours, and you have surprised me already. You can vote now via the Player Choice poll, linked to in the video description, plus we'll be launching voting on the AI in Games community tab as well. We'll then restart the live announcement of results, streaming gameplay of the surviving titles, and having broader discussions starting on May 17th. Tune in for those live streams, watch me play through some of the games that are up for contention, and share your thoughts on each game as it comes up for elimination. Thanks once again to my friends over at Model AI who support this weird and wonderful little project, and to patrons who help identify the shortlist. Don't forget, as a patron you can join the Player Choice Committee and also participate in your own version of the vote, running your own eliminations alongside this one. Voting begins once again, and we're counting on you submitting your votes and opinions to us. Your opinions count, you get the final say, you decide the player choice. Let's go!